most lenders and agents won't say out loud. A lot of buyers wait too long. Not because they're unqualified, but because they've convinced themselves they're simply just not ready. Whether you're ready now or just starting your journey, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of The Purchase Path by Azcension Homes, where we break down real world home buying with clarity, tools, and truth. I'm Des, founder of Azcension Homes, and today's episode is for anyone who's ever said, I want to buy, but I'm probably not ready yet. If that's you, stick with me, because I'm going to give you the top signs that show you that you might be closer and ready for home ownership than you actually think. Let me tell you something most lenders and agents won't say out loud. A lot of buyers wait too long. Not because they're unqualified, but because they've convinced themselves they're simply just not ready. They want the perfect credit score, perfect savings, perfect timing, but perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. So today we're going to talk about signs you might be more ready than you think, how rent is likely costing you more than a mortgage, what ready actually looks like with real numbers, and the small steps you can take right now without any risk. Plus, I'll share a real story from someone who thought they weren't ready and closed with us just 60 days later. So buckle up, get that note, pen, and paper out, and we will get started. All right, so let's start here. Here are the top signs that you might be more ready than you give yourself credit for in terms of home ownership. Number one is you've been renting for more than 2 years and have never missed a rent payment. If you're able to maintain rent levels at where they are now, you should be able to afford a mortgage. Because here's the thing, especially if you went through a property management company, they use a conservative value of 33% of your income to qualify your rent. What does that mean to you? Well, if you made $10,000 a month, your maximum rent payment could be $3,300 a month. Well, guess what? In the mortgage world, you can actually qualify for up to $4,500, $4,600, $4,800 a month with VA financing. And so you can actually qualify for more with a mortgage than you can for rent. Another sign that you might be more ready than you think, that you have a job and steady income, even if it's 1099 income or you're self-employed. If you're already budgeting or saving for something big and you're able to manage your finances consistently, you might be ready for a mortgage. And most importantly, if you're tired of renting and paying someone else's mortgage, but you feel stuck, that is a great sign to dive in and see if you're ready today. Even if it's only 1, 2, or 3 of those things that sound like you, that is a huge sign, because most lenders care about those exact things. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need a huge down payment, and you don't need to know everything before you start. And you just need to take that first step. And we're going to help you. We're going to help you with the rest. We'll get you connected with our preferred lenders, and we'll let you take that journey on your own, one step at a time, and we'll be there with you every step of the way. All right, so let's break down the difference between being ready and being perfect. Ready means you're motivated to own, you have income, some sort of provable income, and you're willing to learn and commit to the process. What perfect means is you've got a 780 FICO score, you got a huge down payment, 50, 60, 100,000 down, and you know everything, every financing program, and you want to shop around and find the best deal. And here's the spoiler alert. Most buyers, especially the homes that we built, no one's perfect. Even the buyers who look perfect on paper have questions, concerns, delays, last minute surprises. So don't disqualify yourself just because you're not at some imaginary finish line. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for momentum, and we're looking for progress. And here at Azcension Homes, that's exactly what we cater our homes and our programs for, is for home buyers who just want to take that first step. All right, let's talk about real numbers for a second. Right now, if you're renting in Pinal County, you're probably paying anywhere from $1,600, $1,800, $2,000 a month for someone else's mortgage. And guess what your return on that investment is? It's zero. So let's compare. If you buy a $275,000 home through Azcension using down payment assistance or FHA financing, your mortgage could be around $1,800 to $2,100 a month, including taxes, insurance, and everything. So basically, for the same or less than what you pay for rent, you could own. You get to build that equity, you get the tax benefits, you never have to ask for permission to alter that home, and you never have to worry about your landlord giving you a notice to vacate or you having to pay rent or raising rent ever again. If rent is your biggest monthly expense, why not make it work for you through a mortgage payment instead of against you and work in favor of somebody else? So let's talk about the small steps you can take today. And here's where I want to get practical. And this is for the people who are on the fence. I want you to try this. Go out, do a soft credit pull, ask a lender to check your credit without hurting your score. It gives you a real sense of what programs you may qualify for. And then you move on to knowing your monthly comfort zone. Now, that might not be what you actually qualify for. That might be what you're comfortable with. I have people all the time qualifying for more than what they're comfortable with because only you know your budget. So find out what you can qualify for and then really sit down and figure out what you're comfortable with budget-wise. Figure out how much you can spend each month, not just what you're approved for, just because you want to know every single month you're going to be in good shape and you're not going to be having to worry about putting food on the table. A good lender works within your life, not just your limits. Step 3, attend a buyer workshop or watch these episodes or educate yourself on the process, just like this one. So like, subscribe, share with others that you know, but continuing to educate yourself, and we'll be there every step of the way, whether it's 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the road, we're still going to be here and we'll help you take those steps. Education is the fastest way to replace that fear and then get that confidence. The last step is to get pre-qualified, just to see. Pre-qualifications, they're free, they're quick, they're non-binding. You do not have to buy a house just because you're pre-qualified. You might find out you're closer than you thought, or in the whole process, you're going to discover exactly what you need to fix to put you in position. It's better to know now. Rip that Band-Aid off and start to get to work. At Azcension Homes, we will walk buyers through this every single week with this podcast. It's going to be judgment-free, pressure-free, and built around your timeline. Reach out to us, follow us, and we will get connected and with our preferred lender and also help you along the way. All right, so let's go into a real life story. This story is about Anthony, one of my previous borrowers, and Anthony reached out to us saying that he was looking about a year away. His credit score wasn't quite what he wanted. He didn't save as much as he planned, and he had no idea of where he even wanted to begin. So we connected him with one of our preferred lenders when I was doing loans at the time, and we got him qualified that same week for a USDA loan with 0% down, and he was able to move into his first home within 60 days. His mortgage was lower than his rent, and I remember specifically when he got the keys, he called me crying, saying he was so grateful that he was able to get in that home. Now, that was years ago, and the best part about that story is he was able to build equity through years of home ownership. He paid down his mortgage, he got that appreciation, and he ended up buying a new home down the road. So it's a great catalyst to ascend to that next level and be able to jump to a newer version of yourself. And those are the moments that I personally love. And here at Azcension Homes, we live for. So in closing, you might be asking, how do I know if I'm ready? You're probably not 100% sure. And honestly, that's okay. But if you're dreaming about it, thinking about it, already taking the steps necessary, budgeting, paying high rent, all of those things are signs that you might be closer than you think. And if you're listening to this podcast, that means you're really ready because you're taking the steps necessary to educate yourself, empower yourself, getting the confidence and eliminating the fear so you can take that next step. That is a huge sign. So remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing, and we will help you along the way. We will meet you wherever you are. So if you want to explore where you stand, get on our preferred buyers list, or perhaps look at some of our models, we will educate you so you can go out, be educated, and also possibly buy from other builders or existing homes. You don't have to buy from us. But if you want to explore those options, reach out to us at team@azcensionhomes.com. That's with an AZ. So team@azcensionhomes.com, or head to azcensionhomes.com. There's no pressure, just partnership. So thanks for listening. Check out the show notes, like, subscribe, and share with someone who you think this could help. And we'll continue educating you, helping you take that next step towards home ownership. My name is Des Losberg, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. The cost of living has pushed too many families out of the communities they love. They work hard, but still can't afford enough space. Rent keeps rising, and home ownership feels like a distant dream. That's where the purchase path comes in. I'm Des Losberg, founder of Azcension Homes, and I retired after 22 years in the lending industry after I kept seeing the same pattern. Good, hardworking families getting locked out, not because they didn't deserve a home, but because no one ever showed them a real way forward. This podcast exists to change that. Here you'll learn about real paths to ownership, like zero down financing options, down payment grants, lease to own programs, and financing options that are actually designed for families like yours. This isn't about fluffy dreams or get rich quick advice. It's about clarity, options, strategy. So whether you're relocating, renting, or just tired of waiting, you'll get the tools and the truth to move forward one step at a time. Follow the purchase path now on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen, and start your journey with Azcension Homes. Your path, your purchase, your time.